How much will you make per month when you become the president of the company? What? I'm asking how much your monthly income will be. When I heard that, I had a bad feeling. Well, since the economy is bad, probably about $1,300 a month. Huh? My husband, Mark, looked shocked. Let's get a divorce. What? Mark could believe my lie about my future income just left me like that. A month later, my ex-husband suddenly called me. What's going on? You said your income was really low. Oh, sorry, I must have given you the wrong numbers. My name is Lily, and I'm 32 years old. I work at a company and have been dating my boyfriend, Mark, for a few months. I met Mark through a mutual friend at a barbecue. He seemed clean and friendly, and we got along well. He was 2 years younger than me and worked in the admin department. What do you do on your days off, Lily? I like going to cafes and reading books. Wow, that's really grown up of you. I also like coffee. Want to go to a cafe together sometime. He flirted with me like that, and I liked him. We started going to cafes, driving around, and our relationship grew stronger. Eventually, Mark confessed his feelings, and we became an official couple. What do you think about marriage, Lily? Well, I'm not in a rush to get married because I want to focus on my career right now. What about you, Mark? I'm ready to get married whenever. Really? So it's up to you, Lily. I was surprised when Mark said that. Even though it wasn't a formal proposal, it made me happy to know he was seriously thinking about marriage. Well, if you say that, I'm thinking about it now. Oh, you are? Well, please take your time. Okay, I will. Even though many people around me were getting married, I wasn't really thinking about it. That's because I had a goal in mind. My goal was to take over my mom's company. My mom had been running her own business since before I was born. She started it with my dad, but he passed away 7 years ago. Since then, my mom had been running the company alone, and she was doing a great job. I admired her for being such a successful and independent businesswoman, and I wanted to follow in her footsteps. While working my current job, I was also studying for qualifications that would help me take over my mom's business one day. I needed to be skilled enough to manage the company better than the employees already there. That's why I wasn't focused on marriage yet. However, I'm still a woman, and when someone seriously talks about marriage, it's hard not to think about it. I did want to marry someone I loved, and with Mark I felt like married life would be fun. A few months later, Mark proposed to me on a date with a ring. I wanted to wait, but I realized I can't. I truly love you, Lily. If you love me too, I want to marry you. Mark's words made me think, but I knew I had to be serious too. So I decided to marry Mark. I can't wait for our married life to begin. Really? You'll marry me? Yeah, I can tell you're serious, and I want to marry you too. Yay, I'm so happy, thank you. I was thrilled that Mark was so happy too. We immediately told my mom. Nice to meet you, I'm Mark. Nice to meet you too, I'm Lily's mom. We're thinking about getting married. All right, I'm fine with whoever you choose, dear. Mark, take good care of my daughter. I will. I'll make her happy. Mark sounded so sure that both my mom and I laughed. I like your energy, I'm relieved. And so Mark and I got married. Our wedding was filled with friends and people from work celebrating with us. Our new life as a married couple began. I had hoped for a happy newlywed life, but unfortunately, things didn't go as I expected. Oh, Sarah, you came home early today. Did you finish work early? Oh yeah, didn't I tell you? I quit my job last month. Excuse me? What do you mean? Why did you quit your job? Because with your income alone, Lily, we'll be just fine. What? Wait a minute. So we're going to depend entirely on what I earn now. What? That shouldn't be a problem. It's not rare these days for women to earn more than men, right? Yeah, but... Then does that mean you'll be doing most of the chores around the house? Nope, I won't be doing any housework. Huh? But I'm not really good at cleaning or cooking. Hold on. So you quit your job, but you're not going to do anything around the house? So you're just going to be a bum. Don't say it like that. You love me, right, Lily? Then it should be fine. You be happy when the person you love welcomes you home after a long day at work. But we got married because I knew you had a real job and were working hard. To think my husband is a bum. And I can't stay married to someone I can't respect. So, you're divorcing me then? Even though we had a wedding, a lot of people congratulated us, and we got all those gifts. If you divorce me so easily, your mom will be really sad. That. Lily, you work for a big company, so it's fine. We're not struggling to get by, right? All right, if you want, I can take over your mom's business. Pardon? Because it's definitely better for you to stay at your current job, right? Your income is stable and high. And if things keep going like this, you'll get promoted soon. So it's obvious you shouldn't quit your job. Then I should take over your mom's business and become the president of the company. What are you talking about? Becoming a president is really hard. Well, yeah, but your mom's been doing it by herself for years without any problems. If she can do it, I can too. I was so annoyed and frustrated by what Mark said. Stop talking like it's that easy. My mom works incredibly hard and does her best for her employees. I'm even studying for certifications to take over her business. Huh. Wait, you're planning to take over your mom's company? Yes, I am. You didn't tell me that before we got married. Oh my God, you tricked me. So how are you going to take responsibility for that? Oh wait, what are you talking about? What's wrong with me taking over my mom's business? I just thought everything about you was perfect because you work for such a big company, Lily. If you're not working for a big company with a high income, what's the point? What? I couldn't believe my husband Mark would say something like that. I was already surprised he quit his job without telling me, and now he was acting like he was okay with just being a bum. I couldn't forgive him for disrespecting me when I tried to blame him, and I couldn't forgive him for making fun of my mom. He seemed to think it was easy to run a business, and since that moment, I lost all affection for him. But he was right about one thing. Our marriage had only been a few months. If I divorced him now, it would cause trouble for my mom, and it wouldn't make a good impression when I took over as the president of the company in the future. I wondered if there was any way I could get him to ask for a divorce instead, but I didn't have an answer, and I felt stuck. I had no choice but to tolerate his lazy attitude. Mark would wake up in the late afternoon, relax all day, then play video games until midnight and sleep until morning. It was so stressful. Why did I even marry him? Looking back, he had always said he was ready to get married, and that he could quit his job at any time. I had been completely fooled by his appearance, which was so different from how he actually was. I was so stressed that I reached out to Crystal, a mutual friend of ours, for advice. When I told her everything, she was shocked. I had no idea that happened. I'm really sorry. I didn't think he was that kind of person. It's not your fault, Crystal. I was completely fooled by Mark, too. You should break up with someone like that as soon as possible. Well, you're right, but if I divorce him now, it'll cause problems for a lot of people. You shouldn't worry about that. If you don't leave him now, you'll regret it. You're right, but I wonder if he'd agree to the divorce. I think you should just get divorced, even if you have to pay him or something. No way. But for now, you should be thinking about how to get that divorce. You're right. I'm going to get the courage to ask for a divorce. So I decided to follow Crystal's advice and tell Mark I wanted a divorce. But Mark said something unexpected. What? You want a divorce? Well, if you want a divorce, you'll have to pay me a certain amount of money. What? I need to pay you to get a divorce. Just like Crystal had said, Mark told me that if I wanted to leave him, I had to pay him to do so. You know what I mean. Pay me the money, and we can get divorced. How much are you asking for? $50,000. No way, I can't afford that. Well, then we're not getting a divorce. I'm emotionally distressed by this. You're the one who started the divorce, so you should at least pay me that much. No way. There was no way I was going to agree to Mark's unreasonable demands. So my plan to start the divorce failed. The next few months went by with me doing everything while Mark did nothing. He just sat around, playing games and being lazy. Then something huge happened that changed everything. Mom, what's going on? You called me so suddenly. Lily, I think you're ready to take over, don't you think? Huh? You want me to take over your business? What? Are you even allowed to leave it to me like that so suddenly? Well, I'm not feeling well lately. What do you mean? I've been getting sick a lot. I've decided it's time to step down. If I don't, I'll cause problems for everyone at the company. So, can I take over for you, Mom? All right, Lily, it's time. So I left the company I had been working at and took over my mom's business as the new president. When I told Mark, he was shocked. Wait, why did you quit your job? When he said that, I couldn't take it anymore. Well, I don't need your permission. You're just a pathetic bum who doesn't do anything. Mark then asked me a question that made me feel uneasy. When you become the president of the company, how much will you make each month? What? How much will you earn each month? Hearing that, I had a very bad feeling. If I told him the truth, I knew Mark would continue to live the way he was, doing nothing. I lied to him about my income. It's a recession right now, so probably about $1,300 per month. Huh? Mark looked completely devastated. You must be lying, right? Unfortunately, it's true. Business owners make less money than you think. When I said that, Mark crossed his arms and started accusing me. That's why I told you to stick with your stable job at that major company. Let's get a divorce. Mark suddenly pulled out the divorce papers from a drawer and threw them at me. Well, I'm glad I had these ready. I can't stay married to you anymore. Just sign this. So you're seriously divorcing me? Yeah, I have no use for you if you're not working at a major company anymore. I'll just take my share of the property and never get involved with you again. Okay, I understand. So I signed the divorce papers. Mark believed my lie about my income and just left me like that. As for the division of property, since I had just taken over the company, we'd discuss it later through my lawyer. Well, I don't have a choice. In the end, I was lucky to finally get a divorce from Mark. I was relieved to be free of him and could finally focus on my work. A month later, Mark called me out of the blue. Hey, what's going on? I thought you were earning really low income. Oh, what's wrong? Don't act like you don't know. You told me you would only earn $1,300 a month. Oh yeah, sorry. I must have made a mistake with the numbers. Somehow, Mark had found out about my real monthly income. First of all, how could the president of a company be earning just $1,300 a month? How long has this company been around? You've got to be kidding me. If I'd known that, I wouldn't have divorced you. I'm sorry, but you were the one who initiated the divorce. Oh, and about the property division, I talked to my lawyer, and it turns out your share will be lowered significantly since you didn't do anything, just stayed at home being a bum. Oh no. And there's more. I got the results from the investigator, and well, seems you've been having an affair this whole time. You were cheating on me with Crystal. What? I got photos of the affair, so there's no way you can deny it. You and Crystal tricked me. When Crystal first suggested I divorce you, she said I should even pay you some money for the divorce. Then you also asked for money when I tried to divorce you. You were just planning to get money from me, get a divorce, and then live it up with Crystal, right? But since that didn't work out, you thought you'd continue being a bum and get money from the property division. The longer we were married, the more money you'd get. But now, unfortunately, you won't get anything and will have to pay alimony. Both you and Crystal are going to end up in debt. No way. Mark was in shock, and there was silence on the other end of the phone. I decided to hang up, feeling I had nothing more to say to him. After that, I spoke with my lawyer and filed for alimony against both Mark and Crystal. Mark ended up getting a part-time job to pay the alimony and seemed to be working very hard. I decided to punish Crystal as well by sending a certified letter to her company about the affair. The people at her workplace found out, and now she spends her days getting cold-shouldered by her colleagues while working hard to pay off the alimony. Meanwhile, I'm working hard as the new president of the company I inherited from my mother. It's a lot of work, but with the support of my talented employees, we're pushing forward as a team. I'll continue to work hard to make the company bigger while protecting my employees' lives. In the end, I'm surprised that even though Mark kept his facade together, once I started looking deeper, I realized he was just a useless bum. It must have been a shock to me that even my friend Crystal was betraying me. But I'm glad I managed to bring both Mark and Crystal to justice. I know it's tough, but I wish you the best in running your company, and I hope you meet a wonderful man next time. Thank you for watching until the end. Please subscribe to our channel, and we hope to see you in the next video.